and Pete Kugler. 67, 59, and 95 involved on the play. And the quarterback, that is a design play. It's just simply a rollout, and that time they were not able to effect inside blocking sufficient to get him turned upfield.
John Bunting maintained an outside position, forced Cliff to take an inside route where he got help from Pete Kugler and William Fuller.
Cliff has run for 282 yards coming into this ball game. It's 2nd down and 10 from the 20. Left side of the line. Mark Battaglia moves, and bang. In comes contact. Or was it Buddy Adelette? One of them.
Still 2nd down.
It was Buddy Adelette. He just probably forgot between the huddle and the line of scrimmage just exactly what snap counting was, and that happens from time to time when you're concentrating on what your assignment might be.
5-yard penalty backs him up near the 15, where it is 2nd down and 15. So the Birmingham offense is still stagnant. The Stars are leading 10-0. Both teams 9-1 coming into this game. Joe Cribbs. Just no place to go. No place to go for Cribbs. He gets out to about the 23, maybe. Here's Mike Adamle now with Chuck Clanton, defensive back for the Stallions.
Keith, this game could easily be 14-0 were it not for some outstanding pass defense by the Birmingham Stallion. Chuck, were you aware that Philadelphia might come out throwing, given the fact that last week they gave up over 300 yards against Denver?
Yes, I was aware. Everybody else has been throwing against us, 250, 300 yards a game, and we were prepared for that.
Okay, good luck. Keep it up.
All right.
All right. Keith?
Thank you, Michael. From the 18, as Cribbs picked up about 3 to make it 3rd down and 12. And Stout back to throw on 3rd down. No chance. Sam Mills, 54. Sam biding his time, sort of hiding inside. He's not that tall at 5'9", 225. And all of a sudden he exploded out of the stack and really nailed Cliff Stout. Stout getting up rather gingerly.
Very, very slow. He got a little help from number 96 downfielder also. You take a look. Number 54, Sam Mills, he's coming in. He gets hit right there, but he keeps his feet. Now Cliff steps into the pocket. He leaps at him, grabs him, stops him from throwing downfield because Jim Smith had come in motion. Looked like he was going to cross the field, went back out towards the flag, and was wide open on that 3rd down play.
Now Bob Parsons, who's averaging 36 yards per punt, has got to kick into the wind. Pressure on him. Oh, they almost got it. Ball gets up there. The wind knocks it right down. Garcia Lane comes up on a fair catch call and makes the acceptance of the ball at the 41, and there is a penalty flag.
So that's going to be on number 21, Hardy. He was trying to protect the kick returner, and he just hit the man coming down to cover the punt in the back.
Was it a clear fair catch signal? I'm not even sure that he made one.
It was a clear fair catch signal on the run. And he was calling for the fair catch on the run. He waved it as he was running up. Then there was a clip, and the referee was in perfect position to see it, and he dropped the flag.
So the Stars will be backed up by the play.
You see, that's Garcia Lane. He doesn't fair catch many, but when a punt returner has to come in to fair catch to catch a punt, signal. He should fair catch. He gets his hand up. Now right there is the clip.
I'm sorry, then it's 10 yards.
David Evans is pushed in the back.
He pushed him. It should be, is that considered a crackback? Not a crackback, but illegal block. No, illegal use of hands. That's what it is.
Yes.
So it'll be 10-yard penalty instead of 15. It looked like he pushed him, so that would have been the illegal use of hands, and that's what they call. And the 10-yard penalty moves the football back to the Philadelphia 48. First down at their own 48. We're told that Clint Anderson, the defensive end for Birmingham, has returned to the stadium. They took x-rays, no break found, so he's come back and presumably will strap up that ankle and try to play some more. Pitsky, Donovan, Harris, Collier, 4 wide receivers in the lineup now for Philadelphia. And Fusina back with the wind at his back, dumps it down the middle, wide open! Oh, he caught it on the rebound, Herbert Harris, and he's on his way to a touchdown. He was so wide open, he could have walked home. Then he got to fiddling around with the ball, and Ricky Ray almost came out with it, and then Harris caught it on the ricochet And the Stars have a 6-pointer.
Well, the sky looks like it could give us some thunder showers, but right now all the thunder was in that one play, 51 yards, and he made it look so difficult. Herbert Harris goes down the center of the field after the Birmingham Stallion defense blitzes. He's hit there by 27 Ricky Ray. The ball pops up, but Harris still maintains concentration on the ball. Then number 24, Chuck Clanton, comes over to try and make a tackle, reaches up to grab him, and he misses.
Dave Trout's extra point is good. So, boom, just like a shot of lightning from the horizon. Philadelphia put 7 more points on the scoreboard. And at 11:24 to play in the first half, now lead 17-0.
Keith, every time Philadelphia's had possession of the ball, this is where they've started, okay? On their own 20, on their own, the Birmingham 43, on the Birmingham 41, and their own 49-yard line. Now, in each case, with the exception of the one when they started on the 20-yard line, you're talking about working a field that's only 60 to 50 yards long. Here's a pass play, a big pass play. All right, by design, the receiver's wide open. By luck, it's almost broken up, but by concentration in Harris, he maintains possession of the football. Then here, a bad attempt at a tackle because it's a touchdown, but on a short field. And a quick play, and psychologically it's destructive to the Birmingham team. Now they're down by 17 points, and they don't really feel like they've even been in the ball game.
They haven't the second quarter. So Neuheisel and company are moving things around. And look at New Jersey. They're blowing Oklahoma away. 28-0.
Willie Woodenhofer is the coach there, was a coach over at Pittsburgh Steelers. I know he's not happy about that.
Well, if there was an area of Oklahoma is an expansion team, and all of the teams who have started, when you're only 1 year out of sync with the other teams, you figure, well, it's not that much of a difference, and it isn't until you reach this point of the season. But after a dozen games, you start feeling it because of the lack of depth. That'll come out to the 20 as Gant makes the catch in the end zone and puts his knee down. So Birmingham will have it once again at their own 20-yard line, going into the wind, and shock, I'm sure, trailing 17-0.
Well, Cliff Stout comes back onto the field. We know that the Birmingham team has played from behind football in the past, and they've come back, and they do a good job. They also can strike very quickly.
Pretty good crowd here at Legion Field, too.
Great crowd here at Legion Field, but what you have to take into consideration is they're playing against the #1 defensive team. You can't let them get too far out in front and then try and reel them in. This defensive team of Philadelphia won't give you a lot.
On first down, the pass play to the sidelines, overthrown. Well, that's what the wind will do to you. He was trying to get that ball to Jim Smith. He had to throw it going to the sideline like that. He's got to throw it 1.5 times as far in order to get it to the man. And that time the wind just took it away from him.
And when you consider there was a linebacker by the name of George Cooper who stands at 6'2", just in front of Jim Smith, he had to get it over his head, which really shortened the field for his throwing target.
Second down and 10, Birmingham from the 20. Stout to throw, backside pressure, dumps it off, trying to set up the screen. They've got one set for Joe Cribbs. And Cribbs is going to be a yard short of the first down. So they're looking at 3rd and short. Herbert Harris now with Mike Adamle.
Touchdown courtesy of this man. You really flew past Ronnie Ray. You said, though, it was a pass play put in against that particular defense. What was it?
It was a hook post pass right over the middle for me, and we've been working on it all week, and hopefully we will catch them in that particular defense they was in at the time.
Now, Ronnie almost stripped the ball away from you there.
Yeah, well, I saw him coming out the corner of my eye. I tried to grab it quick so I could cut back, but he hit it, and it's still in now, so, you know, I just grabbed it and took it on in.
Okay, Keith.
Cliff Stout trying to keep it for the first down and doesn't get it. Sam Mills knocks his pins from under him at the 29. Again, Sam just fighting his way along the line of scrimmage, and you don't always see it. But I'll guarantee you one thing, you ain't going to run over it.
Well, I was talking to Kugler before the game started, Pete Kugler, and he said he thought that most of the players around the league think that Sam Mills might be the best linebacker performing in the USFL right now. That time the defensive line and linebackers teamed up to string out that option play, and it didn't have the success like the old Wishbones had at Oklahoma and Nebraska.
Nebraska didn't play the Wishbones.
Excuse me, Texas.
Tom Osborne and fall over. It's a very short kick. It takes bounce to the sidelines and trickles out at about the 40. So once again, Philadelphia goes with a 60-yard field. First down at their own 40. That was only a 29-yard punt. The Tournament of Champions tennis and the U.S. Olympic trials, the women's marathon out of Olympia, Washington, next Saturday live here on ABC. That airs at 3 Eastern and 2 Central Time. Women's marathon. Joan Benoit, Julie Brown, Mary Shea. Kind of fun to see the women getting a marathon. Jimmy Connors, John McEnroe, and Yvonne Lindell among the professionals involved in the tennis tournament. The Tournament of Champions at Forest Hills next week. We are busy, folks. Got them on both sides of the country. This is Kelvin Bryant. Breaks it big around the corner and slides on up the sidelines and picks up a first down. They marked the ball at the Birmingham 45. It looked like he would have no chance to get that far with it, but the big people up front, and especially David Riley. Watch Riley 35 now. He's the escort.
Well, he gets to the outside, and he sees it opening up. He's just following David Riley all the way down. You see David Riley just dusts number 34, Robert Gentry, puts him on the turf. Kelvin Bryant just coming back from arthroscopic surgery last week, had 22 carries for 97 yards.
Picked up 15 on that one. First down, Philadelphia. Ball sitting at the Birmingham 45, and the Stallions are having their problems. Busina gives the ball to Riley, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, but sheds one man and keeps on pounding down to the Birmingham 37. He picked up 8 yards.
He's only put down because number 27, Ricky Ray, came over to make the tackle. David Riley was a player who was in the Pittsburgh Steelers camp. Played for us for a little while, and always a tough, dedicated young man, working very hard at West Virginia to make the team, to play. And now this year he's getting a chance and taking advantage of it.
.8:55 to go in the first half. Pressure on Busina. Herb Spencer's after him. Can't get him. Gets his pass off, and the pass is thrown out of bounds, incomplete to Ken Dunning. Well, Herbie chased him all the way across the field, but he was 1/4 of a step short of getting him.
Well, you can just imagine what Herb Spencer's eyes looked like when he was chasing Herb Spencer. I got you. You've got nobody downfield to throw to. I'm going to attack you. And the whole time he's thinking, wait a minute, he's getting away from me. He's a little faster than I am. And he's trying. He knows he can get him. If he just turns upfield and he dives for the last second, he can't get him. Busina throws it downfield, but his receiver's already over the out-of-bounds mark.
3rd down and 2. Alan Harvin now in the backfield. Rodenberger lines up in the slot to give him that extra blocking back. They give it to Riley, and Riley's got the first down. Takes 2 people to bring him down as he pounds his way all the way down to the Birmingham 26.
And where does he pick it up, Keith?
Right side.
On the right side. Who's on the right side? Number 69, Chuck Kaminsky. Number 75, Irv Eatman, out of Mississippi and UCLA, respectively. They just fire straight ahead. See Big Irv, number 75, blocking number 75, Dave Purifoy, opening up a big hole. And David Riley just runs straight ahead, makes a good move there, but then uses his leg strength to drive for a few extra yards. It gets awfully tough this time in the ball game when your offensive team is rolling along, doing anything it wants to do, striking quickly on the big play, and your defensive team is taking the opposition 3 downs and out.
That's a Philadelphia timeout. They have 1 remaining with 8:06 to play in the first half, and they lead 17-0. Timeout. Lynn Swan just made a comment that Birmingham's defensive people look a little less quick the way things have been going over the last 10 minutes. Well, there's no question they look less quick because the Philadelphia offensive front is just flat knocking them right off the line of scrimmage.
As you said, it's a little tough to get to the ball when you're playing on your rear end.
That's right. From the 26, a first down for the Stars. Bryant fakes it off to Collier. Bryant's going to throw the ball. Riley's in the end zone. The pass is incomplete. But David Evans is right up the back of David Riley. It's pass interference. Defense. Look at Bryant over there clapping his hands and saying, "Atta boy, David."
Well, that's almost as good as a completion for a halfback on the option pass.
But I like this part of the rule in the United States Football League where the ball does not go down to the 1-yard line, where it would do in the NFL, where it would do in college. I like this part of the rule because both men are fighting for the ball. The contact was not incidental. It was enough to warrant the flag, certainly.
Pass interference. Defense, number 28. Half the distance penalty. First down.
So it doesn't necessarily become a crippling penalty.
That's true, and he was not intentionally trying to interfere with the receiver. He was just going after the ball, trying to make a good and a very difficult play on the ball.
It turns out a 13-yard penalty because that's half the distance from the 26. If they're out in the center of the field or outside the 20, then it becomes a 15-yard penalty. First down. Ball on the 13 of Birmingham, and the Stallions in trouble. Up the middle. Jeff Rodenberger gets a call to carry, and the 235-pounder out of Maryland is brought down by Dave Purifoy close to the 10-yard line.
7 minutes, 45 seconds to play in the first half. And with a 17-point lead for the Philadelphia Stars, I think we'll see quite a bit of Jeff Rodenberger and Alan Harvin shuttling in and out of the ball game so that the starting tandem of Riley and Kelvin Bryant don't get too tired in this heat.
Vince Evans has put Chicago on the board in their ball game against San Antonio. Bohannon has come into the defensive secondary now. Let's see if he blitzes. He is coming, but he runs right past the ball carrier. Then gets up and comes back and gets into the fray. And they have got Kelvin Bryant for a yard or maybe 2-yard loss. Bryant running around with it. Bohannon was blitzing, went right by him. It turned around and said, wait a minute. And then all of a sudden, here comes Kelvin right back to it.
The Temptations had a song out in the old days called A Ball of Confusion. Or one line in that song was just a ball of confusion. And that's what this play looks like. Bryant comes in and cups. Bohannon misses him. Decides to go the other way and says, whoops, look at all the red jerseys. I'll go back. And then he gets hit by number 70, his own teammate, Brad Oates. And then the rest of the Birmingham defense comes over to make the tackle. Look at the defense. They're just scrambling, building a wall.
Ball is back near the 12 now on 3rd down and 8. 3rd down and 9. Just inside the 12. Busina back. Gets his pass off, going for the corner route, and he's overthrown. Incomplete. There was contact down there as Dennis Woodbury got caught on the play by Willie Collier, but when the contact was made, they were off the playing field.
Plus the fact there's a rule that if the receiver has no chance of catching the ball and there's interference on that play by the cornerback, then there is no interference. And clearly that ball was thrown well out of the field to play.
Dave Trout comes trotting on now as 4th down comes up. And the Birmingham Stallions defensive people, they had their back to the wall, and they rose to the occasion that time. So Trout now tries to make it a 20-0 ball game with another 29-yard field goal try. He hit one from that distance earlier. Tim Reardon holds it, and the kick is good. So at 6:33 to go in the first half of play, the Philadelphia Stars lead 20-0, and they look about as good right now to me as any team I've seen in the United States Football League.
They certainly do. What you're seeing right now is a replay. 21 is Dennis Woodbury covering Willie Collier. You see Willie give him a little move to freeze him, then he gets by him, and it's a blitz. Busina gets away from it. There's a contact there, but you can see he doesn't really have a chance to make the play on the playing field. No pass interference is called, and Dave Trout comes on to collect another 3 points.
I mentioned a while ago that we have a pretty good crowd here at Legion Field. I don't know the exact count. They were hoping that they could get in the neighborhood of 50 today. One of the reasons, I suspect, that we're some few thousand short of what they expected or had hoped for is the fact that the 500-mile NASCAR race going on up at Talladega, and they're expecting 110,000 up there. And that's only an hour drive from the city of Birmingham. The good old boys and the NASCAR cars are, it's a big event down in this neck of the woods, I'll tell you.
Cale Yarborough, those high bank tracks.
I worked the first race ever on the new raceway up at Talladega. I don't even remember how long ago it was, frankly, but I remember Bill Fleming and I, and Chris Economaki covered the race. A long time ago. That was, at that time, the most steeply banked major oval in the world. I guess it still is. I'll tell you one thing, you can't walk down it with leather shoes on.
Cale Yarborough averaged about 2:02 on that track in this race.
Vaughn Mansfield at the 5. Fumbles the football. Philadelphia's got it. Down at the Birmingham 5, the sky has fallen. Mike Johnson covers the football. Jeff Rodenberger looked like the man had knocked it loose. Oh, boy.
Well, you were talking about takeaways and giveaways, and Philadelphia leading the league with a plus 12 coming into this ball game. However, in the last 5 ball games, they have been plus 21 in the takeaway giveaway column. Right here. He's got the ball, and I was going to say that what the Birmingham really needs is a real big kickoff return to give him
What
good
in the world
field
was
position.
23 doing there? He just stopped.
He just got in the way. Is what he was doing, frankly, and made the mistake. Caused the fumble, and Philadelphia, again, 4 plays inside the 10, knocking on the door.
Ball is right at the 7. First down and goal, Philadelphia. Fusino will throw it. He's sacked. Back at the 13, near the 14. Fred Bohannon.
Fred Bohannon, number 41, played 1 year for the Steelers out of Mississippi Valley. He's been a starter, but did not start the game today. Played behind Robert Gentry. Now is coming in, and he's a good physical athlete.
6'1", 205. Ball is sitting between the hash marks, 13 and 14. It's second down and goal to go, so there was a loss there of just about 7 yards. It'll go in the books as a 13-yard play if they can pull it off. Fusina getting pressure again, and they've got him again. Again, it is Bohannon coming from the outside, Phil Boren from the inside, but give Herb Spencer some credit because it was Spencer that forced him to change direction.
Oh, it's number 35, David Riley, picks up a helmet that was knocked off his head at the spot where the referee marks the ball. Let's give credit to the defensive coordinator and talent in this football team. Again, not a real strong football team. You see Riley was just taken on right there by number 55, Herb Spencer. He forces Fusina out of his pocket where everyone can come in. Number 76, Phil Bourne, and number 41, Fred Bohannon. And again, it was a blitz, putting all the pressure they can on Chuck Fusina.
Ball is back on the 23 now, where it is third down and goal. They started at the 7. And Fusina calls timeout. So that's the last timeout for Philadelphia with 4:47 to go. And give the Birmingham defensive unit some credit. They were being slapped around pretty well for a while, but they have now broken. It's a 7-man defensive front as Fusina puts it up to Fitchke, and Fitchke is caught and brought down about the original line of scrimmage near the 7. So the Penn Staters hook up again on a very old pattern that's been used by football teams since the existence of the game, in the passing game at least. And Fusina put it right on the numbers, and it's just inside the 8. But it is fourth down, and Dave Trout is back.
Third time for Dave Trout to attempt a field goal. 2 for 2 so far on the day.
This will be a 25-yarder. The other 2 kicks were from 29. Inside the 40, David Trout's 10 out of 12. Outside the 40, only 2 out of 9. Bearden gets it down. Trout gets it up in a hurry, and it's good. So at 3:59 to go in the first half play here at Legion Field in Birmingham, Trout now with 3 field goals, and Philadelphia leads 23-0.
23 points for Philadelphia, and you have to say that it really came as a result of minutes or 3:59 on the clock. It doesn't give him a lot of time here in the first half.
Bob Lane, who has the backup quarterback, Bobby was warming up a while ago. Now we saw Bob Lane come in the New Jersey ball game as the wind gets Dave Trout's kick and carries it well off the playing field. Of course, Dave is going to say that's my leg. That's not the wind, but nonetheless, Bob Lane is a perfectly capable quarterback. And in the opening game of the season, when Cliff Stout had just arrived in camp and was really not terribly familiar with the way things were run here at Birmingham, Lane came on in relief in that ball game and played very, very well.
Sure.
Yeah, the Birmingham possessions Swanee was talking about a while ago.
1-yard line, 12, and 2 possessions on the 20. And you see the results. 3 punts and a costly fumble.
Well, it's put-up time right now for them. 3:55 to play in the first half. Stout back. gets it away to the sidelines, intended for Joe Cribbs, and it's overthrown. Cribbs had really had not much of a chance to get his hands on the ball.
And number 56, George Cooper, took the opportunity to lay one on Joe Cribbs. Joe Cribbs is the kind of back, he's so dangerous and explosive. Anytime this defensive team has a chance to make it a physical game with Joe Cribbs, they will take it to try and take something out of his game because he is so quick.
Stout has not been sharp so far. That's Leon Perry, and he's down at the 25. The man who made that play was Bill Hardee, number 21. If Hardee doesn't get him, quite likely Perry's got his first down.
Perry turned around looking for a little running room. Hardee was coming up and diving at his legs for the tackle. Perry's not the kind of back that a little defensive back wants to take head on.
Birmingham needs to go north and south here. That's to Cribbs, and that's short of the first down. They mark him a yard short. Brings up 4th and 1. Now, they punted the last time on 4th and a short yard.
And Riley sends his punting team in again.
Crowd's hooting it. Hardee made that hit.
Well, 2 minutes and 50 seconds and counting to the end of the first half.
They have put no pressure at all on the secondary of Philadelphia. Not a drop.
Not one. And surprisingly, because last year, Jim Smith in his second game of the season caught 8 passes for 116 yards against the Philadelphia Stars.
Lane is standing back inside the 35 of the Stars. Parsons has punted 3 times, 51, 31, 29. The 2 short ones were into the wind. This is a low one. Lane accepts it and then goes down up on the 44. So once again, it's a short field for the Philadelphia Stars with 2:18 to go in the first half. Only a 30-yard punt into the wind. Bryant is decked at the line of scrimmage. Dave Purifoy, who's played very well. He's had 11 years in the pros, 6 with the Packers, 5 with the Lions, came out of Eastern Michigan. And we hit 2 minutes to go in the first half of play. And remember, in the final 2 minutes of the first and the second half, the clock stops on first downs.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light beer from Miller. Down it! I love them. These fans know I drink light because it's less filling and it tastes great. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer and less.
Good seats, hey, buddy? Hey, mister!
2/3 of this ball game before the first half is finished, or just over 2/3.
Second down, just about 10 from the 44. Bryant with the ball, going to the outside, and being cut off over there by number 21, Dennis Woodbury, and Herb Spencer, number 55.